Take two. Hey guys, welcome back to the RC Guru YouTube channel. Today we're going to take this C3U4 RC Speedy stainless steel tube chassis and we're going to put on some D44c axles. Stick with us. What's going on, guys? Like you said, today working on this bad boy, putting on the cheaper axles. Such an expensive build. I love my D44 Vanquish axles, my Curries. I think I want to put them up on the shelf and admire them and run these guys, kind of like I like admiring some of my other things up here. Some of them are waiting for trucks, some of them are not. Anyway, so this is my, like I said, RC Speedy. It's got scale bolts everywhere, so it digs into the table. I'm going to flip it upside down, and I use a piece of little foam, just so that it doesn't destroy my table. Now, I already went ahead a little bit, and pulled, where are you guys in frame? Right there? There we go, something like, that's a horrible noise. Where are they? There. Okay, so I pulled that apart real easy. A couple screws will take that right off. This front axle, I disconnected the links. The drag link, steering link. And then once we pull our shocks off, the front axle will come right off. The rear axles are on a level axle stand in the back. We'll be using these ones. The D44Cs. Am I going to weight them up? No. I think I'm going to, yeah, I don't know. Not right now. We'll just switch them out. So, we got to pull the rear off. We'll do that right now because it'll be the fastest. What do we got in frame here, right there? You guys can see some action and some work. Excellent. Okay, so I find it easier for myself. Just grab a pair of pliers sometimes. Make sure you get a hold on them now. And don't be talking when you should be looking. And just set this aside. Now, because this axle came from Vanquish, all the bolts are from Vanquish. They're all graded stainless steel. I'll be replacing them with the bolts that came with the other fella. They're zinc coated and they're good enough. They're new and they look the part. So that's our reach sway bar. That's an aftermarket buy. To pull off our Curry, our real Curry. You gonna focus for everybody? Probably not. Anyway, that's it there. Beautiful axle, D44. I've had fun with them. They're pretty beat up on the bottom, I guess you'd say. They still spin exactly the same as them other ones. Exactly the same. Got K&K gold hardware. You can't really see because the camera's being a douche. Yeah, camera's just not going to work with us today. Here on 1 second. Try autofocus on whatever. There we go. Let's run that. See the hardware? If you do it on the bottom, because it gets captured, when you end up getting that damage, sometimes you ruin the bolts. You can't get the bolts out. Anyway, I didn't. And you don't have to worry about scratching these, you just set them to the side. You don't have to worry about taking any of the long travel suspension apart on the RC Speedy, but you can appreciate some of the tube work down here right now. That's some nice looking stuff. These are titanium bars that I put in. And how can you tell titanium? Well, some people say by the sound, but I say by the look. Because if someone's going to set a stainless steel, they're going to be all gouged and beat up. And if someone has the titanium bars, they're probably going to look brand new, to be honest. Titanium bars last for a long time. And they stay brand new for a long time. Okay, those are fine. Alright, well, let's throw this back one on. Stop talking about it. This is their replacement. Should be nice. Back in black. So we want to phase our drive shafts. So we need to be able to see a bolt or something. Okay, that's a bolt there. So phasing your drive shaft is easy as just you line the set screws up that hold the drive shafts in. That's phasing. It's that easy. Right. So we might as well start at the top of the axle, which will be the top of the 3-link. So let those two titanium bars fall. And it's always better to use a titanium setup a little higher because they don't weigh nothing. And then use your stainless steel down low because it'll give you that weight down low. Set that there. Now for this I'm going to use this little cross wrench just because it fits in there nice and easy like. And remember, you got nylon bolts, so you don't have to bend the tabs. Like nylon locking bolts, you don't have to break the tabs. You know what I mean? So then, these two go on the bottom, and the other two go on the top. Yep, simple as that. Trailing arms first. I will take both of them out. Trailing arms first. Oh, see. And because the shocks are on the actual trailing arms, that's where you get the extra hole. The extra mounting surfaces, they're not extra at all, they're just not used. Really and truly, those should go to the outside and be a single shear. It works so much better. Wider like that. Just let me look at this for a second. I'm gonna run that. I'm gonna try that. I never tried that before. and I'm running the trailing arms. Instead of them being a dual shear, the axle has 2 forks that come off of it, and it captures. See the 2 pieces? 1, 2. I'm going to go through the one on the outside and get it as wide as possible. Set that up on display there. There you see, right? Print up another one of those, and then I got display axles. Now mind you, this is just a test, but I do think wider trailing arms, it looks like the shocks were tipped in almost a little bit too much. Could have been hindering some of my articulation. Anyway, we'll try this, and if we don't like it, we'll put it back. Alright, there's the rear one installed without a sway bar. The black looks decent. I'm not going to flip it upside down just right now. And I think I'll do the sway bar. I'll do the sway bar whenever we flip this over. Sorry guys. Where's the front at? You want them with... And the sun's kind of blowing that out. Yeah. There. Can you see that? Kind sort of. That's not the best noise in the world, but I got a visitor. Come here. Come over. Come. You coming over? I'm doing a video. You taking off? Alright. Just a little poochy pooch there. Now we need pliers and a number 2 screwdriver to get these off. These are Traxxas big bores, done up like GravTex. They're the best shocks I've ever had. Had them for so long. I rebuilt them once, and they don't ask for much. They sit on this heavy truck, take all the abuse. Thought you'd get away from me there, did you? There we are. Take this one off. You guys can see. That's great. Nut. Screw. Doesn't want to leave. Come on. There we go. Axle removal. Now, should I use the brass? Probably. What's the weight difference? A lot. Not really, actually. And that stock setup, how's that going to be for the steering? Well, we'll find out. So this drive shaft going to be like the other drive shaft. These come with C-clips, hold the pin in, the pinion, and you get the set screw for these incision shafts, which have a 2mm set in there. It didn't in the back. Why not? And I don't want to modify this hard steel when I can just pop off this mild steel. And then basically this little collar in the top replaces that C-clip, and it'll have that pushed and the pinion pulled back tight, and we won't have to worry about it. So I got a little tiny screwdriver that's probably going to make that fly into orbit somewhere. Oh. See, we can't do it on camera here. Okay, let's try pliers. I think that's a good start. And there goes that C-clip. There it is, didn't go too far, got it off. Okay, so now we try our drive shaft. And it looks like if we pull it up, the drive shaft, the pinion sunk in, and the drive shaft collar is pulling it back out. Now everything works tiddly-boo. Works great. Hey guys, wrap up for the Speedy. Got our nice new axles on the front and the rear. What a good looking Jeep. Thanks, like and subscribe.